Friends, we have been talking about different literary terms and concepts, beginning with different letters. So far, we have talked about certain terms and concepts beginning with A to M and some terms beginning with N as well. In continuation of our discussion on the terms beginning with the letter N, now I shall go ahead with the discussion on two more such terms which begin with the letter N. Of course, this list is not exhaustive. There are different other terms which you have to understand, and I suggest you to refer to M.H. Abrams' A Glossary of Literary Terms for further details. In this part of our discussion, I shall talk about the term novel and novella. As you know, the term novel comes from the Italian word novella. So it is a kind of truncation. Truncation means a shortened form of novella. And the Italian word novella itself comes from the plural of Latin novellus, which is the recent variant of novus, which means new. So the term novel means something which is new. And even we use the word novel as a synonym of new. The novel is a fictional prose form which is longer than a short story, which is also again called novelette. A short story is called a novelette, and the term novel embraces a wide range of types. But the novel usually includes a more complicated plot and a wider cast of characters than the short story. And the focus is often on the development of individual characterization, and the presentation of a social world and a detailed environment. So the novel is an invented prose narrative of a considerable length, and there is a certain complexity that deals imaginatively with human experiences. Usually, it happens through a connected sequence of events which involves a group of persons in a specific setting. The novel form emerged during the Victorian period, especially during the industrialization, the period of industrialization in uh, Britain, in the UK. With the rise of middle class, there was a demand for, you know, literature, especially by the middle class readers, and the novel form became very famous during this particular period. So within its broad framework, the genre of the novel has encompassed an extensive range of types and styles. So we can talk about picaresque novel or epistolary novel, gothic novels, romantic novels, realistic, regional, historical novels. These are some of the names that I have mentioned here. There are different types of novels. So the novel is a genre of fiction, and a fiction may be defined as the art or craft of contriving through the written word representation of human life that instruct or divert, or it can do the both the things. It can either instruct or divert or both. And the term novella, which is also referred to as novelty or novelli or novelli. The term novella is a short novel. It means a short novel. Means it is a narrative prose fiction whose length is shorter than that of most novels. but longer than most short stories, modern short stories that we talked about in my previous lecture or discussion on the modern short stories. There is no official definition of novella regarding the number of pages or words necessary for a short story to be considered a novella or a novel. But these terms all refer to the form of fiction that is longer than a short story. Of course, there can be short stories of more than 15,000 words as well. That's not the issue, but generally, uh, the term novella is used to refer to the form of fiction that is longer than a short story and shorter than a novel. The term novella is Italian in its origin, and it is the term usually used to refer to English language works in this genre, which includes the works of Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness, means the works of Joseph Conrad and Henry James are generally considered to be novellas. So Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness and Henry James' The Turn of the Screw are the famous examples of the novella form. And novelli is the German term, whereas novelli is the French term, and novellite is the British term. These are the variants of the term novella itself. And we have already understood that the term novel derives from these terms. Well, I'm sorry for the technical interruption. So we were saying that the term novel derives from these terms, from novella, novelty, German novelli, and French novelli, and British novelty. It has its origin in Italy during the Middle Ages. The novella was based on local events, which were humorous, political, or amorous in nature. And the individual tales often were gathered into collections along with anecdotes, legends, and romantic tales. However, a standard novel is around 18,000 words. So books between 50,000 words to say 80,000 words may be called short novels. And novella, which is a short and well-structured narrative, often realistic, and it is satiric in tone, is influenced. No, it influenced the development of the short story and the novel throughout Europe. And writers such as Gavini, Boccaccio, then Franco Sacchetti, and Matthew Bandello later developed the novella into a psychologically subtle and highly structured short tale by using a frame story to unify the tales around a common theme. So this is what we can understand about the term novella and novel.